Hi, this is Anita from the Global Trade Gal. Each October and April, I attend the High Point Furniture Market in High Point, North Carolina. It's one of the largest furniture markets in the world. It's absolutely huge if you've never been there. There's manufacturers, retailers, and designers from all over the world that are attending this furniture market. When I was recently there, it got me thinking about 5 lessons that I learned from attending the High Point Furniture Market. And I want to share these 5 lessons with you because it really doesn't matter whether you're in the furniture industry or whether you're in another type of industry. These are all lessons that we can all learn from the High Point Furniture Market. The first lesson is that I learned is that relationships do matter. Relationships are important, and sometimes we discount it. We have lived in a world recently where so much was done on Zoom, a lot was not done on person, where, we were, talking to people all the time online, basically, and we sort of lost touch with, maybe meeting face to face and talking to someone face to face. An example of this was a woman that I met on the bus going, into market one morning, and I would take a bus from my hotel and into the market, and we got talking, and she had a store in northern Wisconsin, and you got talking, really became quite friendly because I'm from Wisconsin and she's from northern Wisconsin, so we had quite a bit in common. And as we got talking, I asked her a bit about her showroom. She has a furniture showroom and who she buys from. And then I asked her, why do you buy from them? And she said, basically, I buy from the reps who I have a relationship with. Those who will go to see me are the ones that I will go and see their products first. And kind of like, then if I have time, I'll go see some other people. But really, I make it a priority to see those people that I feel I have a relationship with. Many companies are selling furniture at the High Point Furniture Market, but those that consistently seem to do well are those who customers or their clients they have a relationship with, and the customers in some way identify with their brand. When you're going to a market that is as huge as the High Point Furniture Market, when I say huge, I can tell you that I don't even see, maybe only 1 or 2% of the market do I even see when I'm there for like 4 days. There is just so much to see. There is so much to view. There's so many showrooms that most people will really go to those people who they know or those they feel they have a relationship with. To build a strong relationship, it's important to provide towards communication and transparency and basically to listen to your customers. And as I got talking to this woman more, one of the things she said, she goes, well, look, the reps that I like and those brands that I like and those brands I appreciate are those who really care about me and that they come in to see me. So it's important for me to also go and see them. The other thing which I really learned from the High Point Furniture Market was how much kindness sells. And I learned this from another experience I had in another showroom where this actually had to do with someone that I was working with. And as I was sitting and waiting for her to be able to finish a meeting and to come in, I got talking to one of her coworkers. And her coworker said, "Oh, we are so glad that she's here with us. She is just so kind." And I really thought, like, how important kindness is. We forget sometimes in business that kindness matters, that people want to be treated with kindness. And I think this is something that any business can learn, that being kind is important. Kindness, a lot of times, is really undervalued in the business world. And sometimes we think it's just about the product, but really it has a lot to do with kindness. One of the reasons why I'm a great fan of Apple, and there's many reasons why I'm a fan of Apple, the Apple products, but one reason is going into the Apple store so many times. I've gotten to know a lot of the tech guys there and the other guys there, and so many times, so many of them have just been so kind to me. They've helped me with other issues or problems. They've explained other things to me. They've been extremely patient to me. They've helped me set up a phone. They've, helped me deal with something that I thought was a major issue, but was a smaller issue. And all of that really has mattered. And it's mattered with my brand loyalty. And one of the reasons why I enjoy Apple is the fact that I can go in and talk to some of their Genius Bar people and they can give me some answers of what I need. The other thing which I learned is that service is so important, that, the exhibitors that understand service, they're the ones that are providing exceptional service to their customers, are gaining customer loyalty. A lot of times they, are offering personal recommendations. They know who their customers are. They understand what their customers' needs are. In today's market where so much is online, I think people really want to have that personal touch. They want to know that this company cares about me. Maybe I am not one of their major players. Maybe I'm not a major shop, but what I'm doing matters to me. And so I want it to matter to them also. So I think service is also something that is really important, that we sometimes undervalue how much service is, but service is something which continues to be important. The other lesson which I've learned is that easy money was never in fashion. So many times people have this dream that I'm going to build this company and then I can just sit around and basically sit on the beach and not have to do much, and other people are going to work for me. Those companies that I see that are successful, the owners of those companies are putting in long, hard hours. They're working hard. They're working long. They're not out on the beach. They're not lying there saying that I'm going to, take a long vacation. Many of my customers will travel long distances to find the perfect product or service. Many of them will work long hours during the market and throughout the year. I asked one of my customers, I said, well, now that market's over, you've been at market for 10 days. Are you going to go home and relax? Oh, no, I've got to go home. I've got so much work to do. So most of them also understand that there's work to be done when market ends, or when they get finished with the market. There's still stuff that they need to do. The lesson here that there's no shortcuts to success in business. Building a successful business requires a long-term vision, a clear strategy, and a commitment to continuous improvement. And really, a lot of it's just old-fashioned hard work, that you have to understand that there is no easy shortcut, that really work is work, basically. But it really that you need to work hard to be successful. One of the other lessons that I really learned from the High Point market is there's only so much you can do on Zoom. I know there's many out there that are saying like, oh, but I love Zoom. I love to be able to work on Zoom. That's great, but I really feel like there's only so much that can be done on Zoom, or so much that can be done online. I admit, each time before I go to the High Point Furniture Market, there's a part of me that says like, do I want to go? Do I have to go? Do I need to go? And then once I get there, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that I went. I think that we've gotten to be in this world where we're so used to doing things online that we, in a sense, have become a bit lazy, or we become a bit complacent. We want to just remain online. We want to remain in our basement or our cupboard or wherever we are and just sort of remain online. But the truth is that there's only so much that can be do on Zoom. And I really saw this with the High Point Market, because there were people that I just randomly met that maybe we can do some business with, maybe we can't, but randomly I met them and I learned something from them. There were products and things that I saw that I would not have seen if I had just been on Zoom. So I believe that an event like the High Point Furniture Market, it provides an opportunity to build like these personal connections, but not only that, to see things in person and to realize that there's really only so much that you can do on Zoom, that we need to be in person. We need to have human contact. We need to see people face to face. We need to be there, and we need to be able to say to somebody, hey, how are you doing? And sit down and maybe have a little bit of talk and get to know them a bit more. I believe that all businesses, need to be able to find a balance between the online and the in-person events. And I believe that the High Point Furniture Market shows very clearly that in-person events are not dead, that we as human beings need those in-person events, but there are lots of things that we can learn from attending them. There's lots of things that can happen and experiences that we can gain that we just will not gain any other way. So all these, 5 lessons that I learned, the importance of relationships, the kindness, to the value of exceptional service, the hard work, and the fact that in-person events are still essential. These are valuable lessons that remind us what it takes to be able to succeed in business. And I believe this is for any type of business and any type of individual. If you'd like to read my blog on this, I have a blog post entitled 5 Business Lessons from the High Point Furniture Market, where I go into more detail from each of these different lessons that I've learned. We hope that you've enjoyed this podcast and that you will join with us, the Global Trade Gal, as we continue to explore all things to do with trade. I will put a link in the description to that blog if you're interested in learning more. If you'd like to learn more about Mondoro and what we can do for you and help you in the home decor or home furniture industry, we would love to talk to you also. We'll put some information there also for our website. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you, our community. We know without you, this would not be possible. And we'd like to thank our team who helps put it together. Specifically, Rico helps make this possible.